Hi, my name is Devin Raytouche and I'm a real estate agent here in the East Bay. And today I want to talk to you about what it's like to sell a home during a global pandemic, during shelter in place, and how that's changed the market and how that changes the way that we sell homes as real estate agents. And so we are about 5 months now into shelter in place. It's August. It's crazy how fast time's flown. You might be able to tell from my coronavirus haircut or lack of haircut. Got my mask tan going. The market remains very strong. If you had told me earlier this year that we were going to have a global pandemic that changes the way that all of us operate, I would not have thought that home prices would have stayed as stable as they have. And so right now, in the areas I specialize in, Berkeley, Albany, El Cerrito, we are seeing days on market at 21 days now instead of the average of 16 that we saw last year. And then average and median prices, actually in August, they're starting out even higher than they were in August last year. And so I think a few things have contributed to what we're seeing in the market. The first being when shelter in place happened, a lot of sellers who were planning on selling decided not to do so, either because they felt like they weren't going to get enough money for the property, or because the place they were moving no longer could have them there, or it made the move too logistically difficult. So that stopped a lot of people. I think a lot of buyers realized that they weren't so happy with where they were quarantined if they had to stay there 24 hours a day like they had been doing. And so that motivated a lot of people to get out there and look for a new place to be quarantined. And then, of course, you have the interest rates. They've dropped hugely. I think the average right now is 2.8%. And so all these things coming together have led to a very strong East Bay real estate market. The market remains good, but the way that we sell properties has changed. We are doing a lot of virtual tours now. Open houses and brokers tours are restricted, and so it becomes really important to have these video tours and these Matterport tours. I'm really grateful that we started doing the video tours several years ago, just because we kind of built up the infrastructure necessary to show these homes in their best light, because showings are down. Buyers are still a little worried about going into properties and having that many people come through. So it's really important to have those video tours. Another thing we've added is the Matterport tours, where you have a Matterport camera come in and it scans every surface of a property. And so it gives you a really good feel for what a home is like before you take the risk and step in that front door. Buyers can either qualify or disqualify a house, make sure it does fit with what they're really interested in. So we've been able to limit showings that way. It is still really important to vacate a property if you are the seller, just because we're seeing showings back to back to back. And when you schedule them that tightly, if there's a seller there and a buyer's not able to get into a property because of that, or you miss a couple people, you don't get that competitive bidding situation that you need to really get the best price for your home. And so those are kind of the dynamics that we're working with now. There are a ton of waivers that need to be signed, and we're doing a ton of paperwork over here just to make sure that our seller clients are protected for people coming to the house, or if they were to claim that they caught coronavirus by going to a property. It's important to make sure that you're keeping yourself protected that way, having all the necessary paperwork. But if you have any questions about selling during coronavirus, during shelter in place, it still is a good time to sell. Always feel free to reach out. You can always give me a call, send me an email, or send me a text message on my cell phone. I'm always happy to help.